Hello, my dear audience. Good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. Thank you for all joining and stay with us till the end. Thanks for joining with us with this wonderful evening. My lovely audience today. I am your host for this evening. So before we proceed with a brief introduction about IGP, let me introduce myself first. So, a pleasant evening. Dear audience, I am Jasper Sarmiento. I'm 22 years old. I am a college graduate since 2019 with a degree of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Physical Science at Pangasinan State University, Igaing Campus, and I am from Philippines. And as for now, I am working as a tutor. And as for now, also I have a board exam this March 27, 2021. So I hope that I will pass this let exam. So, my dear participants, so that give me a short introduction about IGP. So, what is IGP? When we say IGP, or simply as Institute of Global Professionals, it is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skill by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation for all the world. Also, IGP is an educational institution provide social work with global recognized. Recognize our webinar, training, offline courses, etc. by best trained speakers, coaches from all the world to create a best learning platform for all of you. Our mission is to empower people and enhance. We have already completed a 342 webinar successfully. We expect that you all are getting a little bit benefited in personal and professional life, and we wish that you all are remaining with us in a long journey. Let me remind you again, don't forget to share, tag, comment, and mention your friends in the comment box because your attachment encourages us to do better and best service to our lovely audience. Our mission is to empower our youth, so stay with us by your support. I am earnestly welcoming you all. Today, we are presenting the webinar number 343 on Google Sites for Beginners. So let's start our program. So let's start our program with IGP's mantra. Feed your skill. Now it's time to start our program. Our first speaker Sir is from the Philippines. So let's give a welcome for Sir Johnson.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Jezreel. So, good evening to all the participants all over the world and those who are in the east or the west. Good day. And of course, to our partner in essential learning from professionals, the Institute of Global Professionals. I am Johnson Blanco of the Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag City, Philippines, one of the premier university in the northern part of the archipelago. It is my honor and privilege to be your speaker of today's webinar on Google Sites for Beginners. Thank you for the kind invitation. Okay, so with the pandemic hitting hard in the academe or in the education sector all over the world, most of the businesses and other operations have shifted online. So pitching your project ideas is no longer just about the enthusiasm you show in person. One way to make a remarkable impression is dressing up your website and online profiles. What better way to enhance these skills with the Google Sites templates of a large variety? There are following lists entails the best sites and templates of the newest um, feature of the Google platform or Google Sites. Okay, so let's start. May I have here my presentation. Later on, I will share also on how to build a website on this platform or in the Google Sites. Okay, so what are Google Sites? Simply, Google Sites is a platform that serves you as a pre website builder. You can either work on your projects individually or create virtual workspaces with different collaborators. There are advantages and disadvantages of using Google Sites. So, Google Sites has been quite popular amongst young businesses, academicians, or educators like us, and it starts up even before the virtual era commenced. So, luckily for you and for me, of course, our past experience can cater to our list of pros and cons. So, let's start with the advantages of this platform or Google Sites. First, it is free and easy. The strongest point about Google Sites is you can get through with fast and easy edits without paying for a premium. So you don't pay anything when you install Google Site or when you use Google Site. No qualifications necessary. You do not have to be hardcore programmer to figure your way out. So it is especially great if you are the first time website developer. So there's no qualifications to become a website developer. Next, advantages or advantage. Compatible with your browser. You do not need to download any software to access it. Google Sites works perfectly with any browser, whether you are using um, Internet Explorer, Mozilla, okay, Microsoft Edge, so compatible with any browser. The next advantage of using Google Site, permission control. As mentioned earlier, you control who you can be, the editor, commenter, and viewer of your site. And then we have also works with other Google platforms. So you can simultaneously work with Google Docs, Google Sheets, and slides to further enhance your website. What about the disadvantages? So there are also disadvantages of using um, Google Sites. First, limited functionality. Since it offers no premiums, your options concerning functionality are not as versatile. Okay, limited po. Then you have up limitations. You can only pair your website with Google Docs, Google Sheets, slides, and no other applications. So it's limited. And the last disadvantage is that site URL or your uniform resource locator. You can only follow your site name after site.google.com site and then your website name. So meaning the site or the URL of Google site is included in your site name. Okay? So with this, there are plethora of options you can incorporate while using Google Sites to build your website. So uh, for this Google company or Google site, we should be thankful. Like me, I'm very thankful to Google site or to Google because I've been using Google site in my online or classes. Thanks to the ready-to-use free templates, your foundation work is cut out for you. So, so how to make website for free on Google? So, may I share with you the uh, the site or Google site took for us or for you to be able to know and learn how to create a very simple website. So, are you ready to make your own website through Google site? Okay. So first, you go to Google site or type sitesgoogle.com. You can see there in the um, okay, and then you have to head to Google sites to get started. Click on the multicolored uh, plus sign button in the bottom right or in the upper right or upper left when you are facing your screen or your monitor. So when you click this one, okay, so you start with you click and then this window will come out and this is now uh, the the first slide. Oh no, it's window for the Google site. Okay, so untitled site, you click here to name your Google site. In top left of the screen, enter your site name and choose a name of your website. For example, uh, I want to create a website for my class in IT 11. Okay, so IP 11 is my site name, and I would like to add a course or a program who will be using this website. For example, BSA 1. Okay, so that is the site title or name of your website. Next is the title, your first web page. Click on your page title and enter the title of your page. You can change the font size, add bold or italic text, and include links. Okay? So title your first web page. So this is your homepage of your website. So to add, okay, for example, I will title or give a page title. It is Living in the IT Era. So that is the page title of my homepage. Okay, so here you can navigate and change the image, header type. For example, I want to change the image. You can upload or select images that are installed in your device. So let's try to upload something about IT11, for example. Okay, so maybe you can choose. Okay, so you can change the image. Okay, so from going to the next page, for example, you move to the next page. Or okay, first you have to choose your site layout on the sidebar. This is the sidebar. You'll see a multiple options for your page layouts, including single image with text, multiple images. Click on the layout you prefer to drag and drop it into your new website. Okay, for example, page. So that is your home. This is your home page. Home page. To add a page, you may duplicate or you may add a sub-page. Of course, you have to add a sub-page for your home page. So, and then you have to name it very simple. For example, um, overview of the course, overview. Then click done. So this is now your second page or the, okay, so when you want to place or to add files, add documents, you want to add slides, even incorporate video, you can go to insert. Click insert, and then you may, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so you can insert a text box, okay, for the documents that you would like to place in the overview. For example, the overview of the course. So again, you can add here, or maybe you scroll down and you can add or insert different features or lay for the layout of your page. So if you want to add, for example, a document, you click Docs. Okay, so Docs, for example, I want to add Docs, but again, all uh, all the documents should be uploaded in your drive. Okay, before you upload files or documents, slides, presentation, they should be deposited or uploaded in your drive or Google Drive. Okay, so for example, I would like to add here the this this document. So you can stretch out for that so that the document or the files you want to incorporate will be uh, proportionate with the um, box. Okay. So this is a document that I uploaded in this page, in this particular page. Okay. So uh, again, I repeat, you can also add multiple files. You can also add the slide. You can also add the forms. You can add a YouTube in this page. Okay. Now, you want to add another page, for example. So you go to your home page located on this um, part of your monitor or screen on the right side. So you add another subpage, for example. So this will be the third page of your website. So maybe you can uh, name it Explore, for example. Explore. And, okay, in the Explore here, you may also add or insert um, text box, and then you may place here the summary or the outline of the topics in your course IT 11. For example, module 1, and then under our lessons under module 1. Here you can change the font size, the text style, the size. Okay, so you also have the bulleted list, number list. Okay, for example, lesson 1 is about um, the introduction of ICT. And then lesson 2 will be um, uh, history of computing. And then lesson 3, um, digital age and information age, for example. Okay? So this is all module 1. Also, in this, you may also add other modules. Again, you can add another text box for module 2. Okay? So, module 2, there are again lessons included in module 2, for example. Okay? How computers work, for example. Okay? Then, how humans communicate with computers, for example, etc., etc. And then, okay, so on and so forth. Meaning, in this page, explore is the outline of your course or the different modules and lessons. Okay, so let us add another page, a sub page of the page explore. So you click here and add sub page. So now you can make pages for these different modules. So module 1, okay, done. So this is module 1. So module 1, and then you may add a so insert, you may add a document, a slide, or uh, any files that can be used by students as learning materials. Okay, so to add docs, for example, again, documents should be uploaded through Google Drive. Okay, so we have there insert. Okay, so the overview or introduction of IT 11. Okay. So again, I would like to include another page inside the sub-page module 1. So another, for example, okay, this should be the summary. Okay, lesson 1 or introduction to ICT. Done. Okay, then another page would be lesson 2 will be history of computing. History of computing. Okay. So how many pages now that I created in the website? So you have the home, you have the overview, you have the explore, and then module 1, and then the lessons 1, 2. Okay. So creating pages of a particular site or website that you just created. Okay, so uh, it's not limited to only for uploading, creating a page, but it is very important to link or to make a link from one page to another. Let's try the link to be uh, in, incorporated in this simple website. Okay. Okay. Also, a very important things that you remember in creating a simple website is the themes. Okay. So simple, you can create or use these different themes for your website. Okay. So for example, vision, um, impression. Okay, so those are uh, different themes that you can use in creating your website. Okay, so let us try to put some link. Okay, okay, so in this settings here, located here in the upper part uh, of the website. So you can choose if you use um, the top navigation bar or side. So I choose side. So it's already there on the side. Okay, so you have overview, you have explore, and under explore you have module 1. And module 1 you have the different lessons. Okay, to create link like buttons or add buttons using back and next button in a particular page, you can do it. For example, on this part, so you scroll down for uh, inserting a button. Okay, choose button. So you name the button as back. And where do you link? So this is on the part of the overview or explore. So this is the explore page. So when you go back to the overview and then you insert. So you have to insert also another button. You name it next. And then you link this to the next page, which is uh, module 1. So let's see if it works. And of course, you have to reposition and they should be on the same uh, I mean align. Okay, so let us view or preview. This is the button for preview. Okay, so explore. If you go back, you go to the overview. Okay, so is it very important also that we have to create these buttons in every page. So we have to start from the first page also. So click X to go to edit mode. Okay, so we add button for, of course, this is, there's only one button here, which is next button only. And then you have to link to the next page, which is overview. So you have to insert. And then go to the next page. The next page. So every time you want to go to page in the edit mode, you click here the show sidebar. Okay, then the overview is the next page. So again, we have to add buttons for us to, so that we can go back and go to the next page. Okay, back. So the link when you go back is home. So you have to insert. And then another button for the next. And of course, the next page is explore. Insert. Again, you have to align it with the other button or the next, the back button. Okay, to continue, we go to the next page, which is explore. I think we are done with it. We go to the next page. Okay, so insert buttons, back. What is the page before it is explore. Okay, and another button, next, and the link is introduction to ICT. Okay, let us see if this navigation or this link could be used, or these buttons has been linked with the respective pages. Okay, so we have to preview it. So we go to the home page. So next, the overview. Okay, in the after, maybe we move on to the next, for example, and then that is, if we want to go back, then we can go back. And remember also that, for example, in this particular outline of the course, you can also link the different, uh, we exit from the preview. This is the edit mode. We can also link this one. Okay, for example, you want to link module 1 so that you can uh, move to the page for module 1. I know. So you have to underline, okay, and then where's the link? That one. Okay. Okay. Okay, module 1. Okay, the link button, insert link. Okay, so module 1, link. Apply, click apply. Okay, so let us look. Okay, we also okay. Let us see or preview it. If okay, so if you are on this page, you want to go to module one instead of using the next button, which moves you to the next page. You just click module one, and it will direct you to the page for module one. Okay, so very simple. And now uh, we assume that this website is already uh, done and we want to publish it. So you can see there the publish, and then of course you can publish now. Okay, so this is the web address of your website. So it is there. The name of your website is http sites.google.com/view/IT11BSE1. So if you want to publish, just click publish. And now your students can view. Not yet. They cannot view yet because you have to share with them. Okay? So for example, you have a list of students with their Gmail account or Gmail email ad, and then you can share it to them. And then they can view now your simple website. So I would like just to give you a ready-made simple website that I made, okay, for my students. So I have here in IT11, for example, or okay, so this is a very simple site that I have created. Okay, so this is what I'm telling you. In the home page, Living in the Information Technology Era course, you have the syllabus. Okay, so let us view. Okay, so this is how it looks. The site that I created for my students. So in the Explore uh, page, there are a lot. There are 6 modules in all. In each module, there are lessons. Okay. For module one, we have 3 lessons. Also included in this is the task, and module 2 also composed of several lessons. So let us preview it. Okay. So going back to this page, you can move or link from one uh, lesson to another. For example, if you want to see lessons in module 4, you scroll down and then you can go to this uh, page. Okay, for example, module 3, the internet, and it will direct you to the lesson about the internet. And then, if you want to continue with the same module, the next lesson, lesson 2, etc. etc. Okay. So that is a very simple uh, site that I made in Google site. Okay. So after naming your Google site, what's next? You have to publish it, and then uh, share it to your uh, students or to your uh, friends. Okay, so going back to the presentation, so we are on slide Okay. So can you still can you see the presentation? Okay. So how to make website free on Google site. Okay. So okay. In creating your Google site here, you can see a lot of or choose a lot of template for your uh, site. Okay, may I share again? Okay, just for a moment. Okay, in the first step of creating a site under Google, you can choose a lot of template for your uh, website. So we call it the template gallery. Okay, so from personal, portfolio, your work, event, help center, a project, a team, website, and um, so these are professional site template. This template allows you to give a professional touch of your self-made website. Although you would not use programming languages to build it, the outcome will sure look like you did. No? Such templates prefer to stick to a cooler scene or theme to bring forward um, your brand image. Okay? It can be great if you want to build a website for your product and service line. Okay? Try to match the settings of your um, um, for example, in my institution, I will use my company logo for better effectiveness. You can also have a research project template on Google Sites. They are not merely useful for the ones busy with business. Okay, if you are a student looking for a wow factor to incorporate in your research project, this template is your answer. So such Google templates help you highlight and emphasize the right parts of your research. Moreover, the streamlining and divisions add sophisticated touch to your work. There's no better way to create an impression than to back your research project with visual appeal it deserves. Okay, so if you are also fan of promoting, for example, your business like restaurant, you can find restaurant site template. Uh, if you have opened up a cafe or a hotel, your website is the best shot of attracting the audience. Okay? So, looking to build a new website or give your current site a makeover, Google Sites let you quickly create and customize websites with an accessible and easy to use platform. So experienced, if you are an experienced website builder or consider yourself particularly tech savvy, Google's framework provides plenty of web development and deploy some options to leverage at your leisure. Okay, so this is the Google site. It is completely free with any standard Google account. The number of sites you can make is only limited to 15 gigabytes of storage that comes with your account. But you can purchase more at any time. Yeah, it's worth noting that this storage is shared with all other applications. Okay, so I think I presented a very uh, simple web creation using Google Sites. Okay, so there are I think there are frequently asked questions on Google sites. Like for example, no, um, stop sharing. Okay, uh, some frequently asked questions like, are Google sites free? Yes, all the site templates on Google Sites are free and ready to use. Simply select your best choice and start working uh, with Google site. Okay, another question would be, how do I make Google Sites look good? Okay, the best way to make your Google site look good is to stick to a theme or design that suits your brand image the closest. Pair it with Google Apps to enhance the appeal even further. Okay, how can you buy Google site template? Okay, since all templates that Google Sites offer are free, you do not need to buy them per se. Browse through the options before you and see which one serves your purpose the best. Just click on it and then start working. Okay? Type in sites.google.com and templates, or you can start just as I have said, you just look at the plus colored sign and leads you to different templates for Google Sites. So, in conclusion, Google Sites has made website building a lot more convenient than it was before. Actually, Google site, this is the old Google suite, you know? And then I think sometimes in 2016, 2017, they came up with this app Google Sites. So you could be a professional or a first-time developer. You work with Google Sites. It's going to be seamless throughout. It offers you a range of themes, design, and even customized settings. Besides, all of these templates are free, so you can get your work done faster and you will not spend uh, any money or no cost at all. So several other users have expressed their experience with Google Sites options. Okay, so there are examples that you can consider to for you to see what fits you better, like a personal blog. Google Sites offers a range of themes and designs to make personal blogs. Its template is unique and you can customize it as you like. Another is academic website. If you want to utilize the space for promoting and imparting your academic basis, use Google Sites. It offers immense options for this category, okay, on education. Then review board. If you are someone who invests time and reviews and analysis of business or businesses, brands, and services, Google Sites offer quality website templates. So, okay, so I think this is all for Google Sites for Beginners presentation. Okay, so if you want, can I entertain questions, Sir Jezreel?
Quiz competition.
Our participants can ask questions.
Maybe later, sir.
Okay.
After the quiz competition, sir.
Okay. So I think that's all for the
Sorry, sir.
presentation.
Today we have a quiz competition. After a short video clip, we come back to our question and answer session.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, hello, teachers. So, let's give a question. You may pose a question coming from Sir Johnson. Please comment in the section box if you have a questions regarding Google Sites for beginners. Thank you. I think they are asking questions, sir.
Yes, sir.
According to Bernardo Guevara Jr., um, He asked this question: can anyone with Google account make a Google site or only with Deped account? Thanks.
Okay. So anyone, sir, anyone who has a Google account can make or can use Google Site.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sir Johnson. Next, coming from Jomar Alanik. Are the limitations when it comes to uploading any documents or pictures in a Google site? This is his question, sir.
Sir, kindly repeat. Kindly repeat, sir.
Uh, the question is, are there limitations when it comes to uploading any documents or pictures in a Google site?
Uh, 15 GB. Yes. There is limited uh, the one that has in the account, you know. But as I've said a while ago, you can only I think 15 GB, 15 gigabytes in storage capacity only.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next. Next question. Okay,
Yes.
this is a question coming from Romel John Aquino. This is his question. Good evening, Sir Johnson. Sir, what are the limitations of Google Sites in terms of storage?
I just said it, 15 gigabytes, sir. 15 limitation. That is, I said that, or I mentioned that earlier. No, 15 gigabytes storage capacity.
Okay, thank you, Sir Johnson. Next question, please.
What are the limitations of Google storage? I mean, okay. For that, the limitation for the storage is 15 GB, 15 gigabytes. How long can you keep the site up in the net? Uh, Actually, since I, I think this is there is no certain number of years, weeks, or months when you publish. Once you publish your Google site to your students, for example, uh, because you publish them only this number of people. It does not mean that you could publish it wherein everybody could view, because when you publish it, it needs the list of email, Gmail accounts for your students. So if your Gmail is not included, then you cannot view the website that you created. Okay, so I think there's no time or duration for this, as long as your sites are shared to people whom you have uh, shared with their email or Gmail account.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Next question. This
Okay,
is
sir.
from Lamberto Pilatan. Sir Johnson, can Google Sites be linked to other social media? Thanks.
What do you mean by link? Maybe if you want to share your Google site or the website you created under Google, you share the link in Facebook or any other social media platform. you can only share the link so the people can or the yes, for example, your students want you want to share the link of your Google site you created. You share it to them uh, privately or to a group chat. But um, again, only people whom you I mean your students, for example, in a class, because they have the only one who can access the website. This is not a your Google site when you share or publish. There are some what I mean only students whom you uh, have the Gmail account, you can share it to them. No, so for example, in Facebook, you create a group page or group chat with your students. You can share it to social media in Facebook. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher. So here's a question coming from Bernardo R. Guevara Jr. Using Google Site, is it interactive wherein students can post also to the site?
Uh, it is interactive within the group, but the students cannot make or you cannot post anything on the Google site because this is a website wherein there is a limited. I mentioned a while ago about the disadvantage, of Google site. So one of the disadvantage is limited functionality. Okay, so uh, only okay, only for the class wherein you can have an interaction with the website. Okay,
Okay, thank you, teacher. This is the
so
last
can we
question.
put
Put comment section below the posted materials to have interaction between students and teachers on the created site, or that is another limitation. Thank you.
can we put a comment section below posted materials to have interaction between students and teachers? Okay, so in Google site or sites Google's for beginners, okay, uh, I there is a yes, you can have if if you can if you use a Google form. You merge or you embed a Google form in the Google site or on the page of the Google site. But you can have interaction or a comment section using Google form.
Okay.
As I've said a while ago, in Google site there are limited Google apps that you can merge or embed in it. Okay, like Google Slide, Docs, Sheet, a form.
Okay, teacher. I think there's no any more question. So thank you, teacher Johnson, for
You're
sharing
welcome.
us with your knowledge and expertise with this webinar. I hope you share a lot with our audience. So thank you, sir.
Thank you too. Thank you.
So let's proceed with the certification process. So let's wait for the meantime. Okay, this is our today's certification process for this webinar. So we can you can you can take a screenshot or take down notes to claim your code with IGP. With code, you can claim your certificate anytime. So without code, you cannot claim your certificate. So this is thank you. So this is Joshua Sarmiento, your host, signing off. Thank you.